transplant, he's back out in public trashing President Obama. Over the weekend, Cheney spoke at the Wyoming Republican State Convention.
I can't think of a time when I felt it was more important for us to defeat an incumbent president than today with respect to Barack Obama. I think he has been an unmitigated disaster for the country.
Unmitigated disaster. I'll show you what an unmitigated disaster really looks like. As soon as they took office, George W. Bush and Dick Cheney went to work turning a budget surplus into a deficit. They gave their rich buddies a pair of huge tax cuts. They started 2 wars without paying for them. And by the end of their 8 years in charge, Bush and Cheney had led the country into an economic freefall, which Dick Cheney has the nerve to blame on President Obama. Meanwhile, the Bush administration had the worst job creation record since at least 1939. And that's not all. After the 9/11 attacks happened on their watch, Bush and Cheney, well, they decided to go to Afghanistan, only to shift focus to pursue a second war in Iraq, looking for non-existent weapons of mass destruction. The war worked out great for Dick Cheney's Halliburton and the company's multi-billion-dollar military contracts. It did not work out so well for the United States Treasury, not to mention the more than 4,000 American soldiers who lost their lives and tens of thousands who were wounded. Meanwhile, Bush and Cheney decided it was okay for the United States of America to go ahead and torture. And to top it all off, while a great American city was drowning, President Bush glanced down at a disaster from Air Force One before heaping praise on an incompetent leader.
Brownie, you're doing a heck of a job.
After the Bush-Cheney track record, Dick Cheney is the last person in the country to be saying President Obama is an unmitigated disaster. In a big finish tonight, a Republican